everybody, Gaming Curse here. Happy Halloween. Of course, that means it's October the 31st of 2012. And for a special, yet another unanticipated, unplanned episode of video game discussion. Now, this is actually a post-narration. I already beat this game. I'm going to be trying to post this video game later, But this is actual game footage that I recorded when I played this game a few weeks ago. Today's episode of video game discussion, it deals with reviews. Whatever happened to the time when we would, as gamers, would just review games ourselves? Back in the early, time when the Nintendo first came out, not all of us, would have the magazine. So basically, we would buy the game, hope it was good, and sometimes we were gifted with, a game that was really good, like Super Mario Brothers 3. Or there would be times that we were, we'd buy a game that looked good, but it was total shit. Like, let's see, what's good? What is a good game that I bought that I severely and ultimately just regretted? Let's see. Bart Simpson versus the Spacemans, or whatever it was. It was the first Simpsons game for the NES. That game sucked. Well, in my opinion, it sucked. But that's ultimately what this discussion is going to be about. You have people who come on YouTube, that give their reviews, or, and a certain person's, I'm not going to name names because they may get too happy because of the fact that I call them out, and heaven forbid that anybody calls this person out. They're hateful truths. Whose truth is it? Is it yours? Is it mine? Is it theirs? It's actually theirs. Nobody should buy a game based on what another person says. You should do your own research. Research a game. If it looks like something that you want to buy, go ahead, But you should not base your whole decision to buy a game if Joe Blow says it's a good game, because ultimately what reviews or hateful truths are. Anyway, they are just the person's opinion. Now, this one person which I'm talking about who does these hateful truths, he should, he makes it sound like that his word is final. He likes this game, therefore you should like this game. No, it shouldn't be like that. It should not be like that at all. What he ought to say is, in the beginning of every one of his videos, his hateful truth videos, is that this is my opinion. And my opinion does not reflect the game makers, YouTube, or anybody else like that, That's what they ought to do. But no, he makes it, sound like that because he's a member of Machinima that his word is final, and if you don't like it, you're wrong and he's always right. And that's not the way it should be. It should be, you should like a game based on what your preferences are. Not because of Joe Blow says it's good or not. There were games that I loved that were just destroyed by reviewers. One of the earliest games from the last couple gaming console generations ago that I like that a lot of mainstream reviewers tore apart was the game 13. I love the game. It was sad to see that it did not have a sequel made. Now, if you didn't know, 13 is a whole conspiracy game where you're out to get your memory back. You got amnesia, and basically you're like a pawn in a political game. Another game I loved. Now, I can understand because, movie games do not fare well. In video, when they're made into video games. I actually liked the Terminator: Rise of the Machines. That one was I can't say it was great by my opinion, but it was a video game. You played as the fucking Terminator. Who does not want to play as the Terminator? I mean, if it was just a bunch of guys running around in a futuristic setting, you wouldn't give a damn, But because for the first movie, you had Arnold Schwarzenegger as a Terminator, badass, so wow, that's what pulled you in. You had this muscular machine, just fucking up everything in its way. And then they turn him into a good guy, number 2, and then number 3. Well, let's not talk about number 3. Anyway. But I like the Rise of the Machines video game. Another video game I like from this current gaming generation for the Xbox 360 was a game called Time Shift. Once again, it was torn apart. If I remember, I got a shitty review on XPlay. I think you give like a 2 out of 5 or a 1 out of 5. Hold on, let me access the net. This is why I love doing these post-game commentaries. That way I can actually, give some information as I talk. Let's see. Let's go to Wikipedia. Wikipedia, my Bible, Yeah, it's not really my Bible. I'm not religious.
Optimus, I need your help. Ratchet, how can I help?
Time Shift. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Yeah, XPlay gave it a 2 out of 5. IGN gave it okay, well, maybe it wasn't... Okay, well, looks like some of the reviews were favorable. Like IGN AU gave it 8.5 out of 10. IGN gave it a 7.6 out of 10. XPlay gave it a 2.5. GameSpot gave it a 6.5 out of 10. And GamePro gave it a 3.75. So it was favorable with some, and then some was not. But when I first got this game, the only source I had for video game, was XPlay, because I didn't have a net at the time. Yeah, go figure, a guy with Xbox 360 who did not have the net. That actually happened back then. But I liked the game. Why? Because it was innovative at the time. What other games, well, there were probably some, but I don't know about them. What games gave you the chance to stop time, kill everybody, rewind time, or just stop time and then take their weapons? I love the look on their faces when you pause the game or stop time and steal the weapons and be like, "What the fuck, man? What the fuck's what are you doing with my gun?" They were like that. And then another thing about reviewers are that, I know you're going to get all pissed at me saying this. There are biased reviewers. Like I said, I'm not naming names, but one such case is the guy who does The Hateful Truth. Yeah, I'm reviewing, I'm talking about that person a lot, but it's mainly because everybody thinks that this guy is great, He's just a reviewer, and his reviews are opinions. And if he said that, I'm pretty sure he'd lose a lot of his fan base, because the fact is, they all think that what he says is law, God forbid, you say You could say, you give your opinion and he blocks people. But this guy likes the game Duke Nukem Forever. He likes it. Okay, that's fine. You like the game. That's your right. You have the right to review, like video games, But when you go as far as saying that what you feel is right and everybody else, because they got a video game before you did, and their review was in, let's see, what's the word? Oh God, what's the word I was thinking of? Because their review does not mesh with your review, that does not make them elitist, It makes you an asshole saying that these guys are wrong for their reviews. That's what it makes you an asshole. If people have the right to like their own fucking games. Well, the media is tearing this game apart because they don't understand what Duke Nukem's about. Really? Really? It's your fucking opinion, you asshole. It's my opinion that this guy is an asshole. And it's probably a lot of people's opinion that I am a faggot. So what? Anyway. Now, his main reason, it's like, oh, they don't get the humor of Duke Nukem Forever, or, the game looks dated. The game was in fucking development for how many years? Hell, it was, started being developed in, I think it was 98, 99. I may be wrong, I'm not sure, so, yeah. But say, and the game came out last year, if I remember correctly. So 98, 99, that's 10, almost 13 plus years. 2 fucking game consoles could be released during that time. And then he says, oh, well, it's just all making, and they went through all this. And the thing is, now, I don't know if it's true or not. He said that the guy who played Duke Nukem's voice agreed with what this guy said. Oh, they just don't understand. Okay, you want a Duke Nukem game that plays like the way it used to? Don't fucking insult the video game industry that you fell behind. I remember one scene in Duke Nukem Forever where they showed him like a green power armor suit reminiscent of Halo. And he's like, oh, power armors for pussies or some shit like that. Really? Why are you using regenerating health? Duke Nukem 64 for the Nintendo 64 had health packs. Duke Nukem 0 Hour for the fucking Nintendo 64 had health packs. I should know, I had both of those games. But what do they do now? Oh, we'll just let Duke have regenerating health. We'll insult the industry that that passed us by because we couldn't get the damn game made in time. But we're going to insult them, but yet still use some of the ideas that they came up with. And, where are we? Well, we're just going to take those in, but hell, it's Duke Nukem. We'll still slap some one-liners on him, and it'll be okay. Anyway. But, I think I'm straying a little bit from the topic. Just don't listen to what reviewers say, because you should be independent enough to make a decision for yourself. And if that decision, you get labeled as a fanboy, if you like Call of Duty, you like Call of Duty. That's fine. Hold on, I got a phone call. Okay, sorry about that. Back to where was I? Be independent enough to buy your own, the Call of Duty, that's it. I like Call of Duty, and I like Halo. Do I like Call of Duty, or do I like Halo because Adam Sessler or Kevin Pereira like Halo or Call of Duty? No, I like Call of Duty mainly because, number one, I was just in the mood to change my game up from, playing Halo. I love Halo still, don't get me wrong. I loved Halo, but it just, I just changed, So what did I do? I first got my first taste of Call of Duty when I got Call of Duty, I think it was 4. It's the first Modern Warfare game. So I got that game, and it's because I liked that game that I got, then I got, what was it, World at War, and then I got, I liked Halo 3, so I got Halo ODST, but it wasn't because people said it was good or not. I got it because, I, as a consumer, liked those games. Now you may call me, oh, you're a Halo fag, or you're a Call of Duty fanboy, or, that's your right. It's possible to actually like more than one game franchise. What is wrong with people today that have to be loyal to just one game franchise? It's stupid. And the fact that, what happens when you align yourself, or you become, like, radicalized towards one video game? You miss a whole bunch of other video games you may have liked. You may have missed, hell, you could miss an entire fad of, video games. I remember, I think it was the same year that both Infamous and Prototype came out. Now, I liked both of those games. I had plans on getting the first of each. I went to the local GameStop before they closed up. And they go, what can we help you with? I said, I'm here to get, because at the time I could only get one game, but the next week I was going to get the other. So I'm like, I'm here to get Prototype. I can't find it. Can you help me? Oh, the guy's like, oh, don't get fucking Prototype, man. Get fucking Infamous. Well, why should I get Infamous right now, Well, it's on, why should you get Infamous? Well, it's on PlayStation. I know. But it's Infamous, man. You have powers, it's like, I'm like, I looked at the guy and I basically said, you're a fan of Infamous, aren't you? He goes, fuck yeah, man, Die Hard. Fuck everything else. He actually said, fuck everything else. And I knew it was right then and there, at that time, this guy could not be reasoned with. He would not see reason, so I'd be like, nah, just give me Prototype, please. I want Prototype. I'll take it new. I got the money right here. He was, he was muttering under his breath, and you could tell he was unhappy. But I stuck true to my gun. I did not let that guy try to push Infamous on me. I already knew I was going to get it, but I wanted to play Prototype. And why did I want to play Prototype? Because, out of those two, that was the first one I saw. It looked interesting. Granted, it was on the Xbox, so, graphic comparison-wise wasn't as great as the PlayStation. But if I wanted games that looked pretty and everything, I'd go to the PlayStation. But, it just gets annoying, mad annoying when people cannot just be themselves. Be yourself. Don't worry what everybody is going to say about you. Because guess what? I can guarantee you that no matter how many people you try to make like you, there's going to always be a handful that always hates you. And that's why I don't do video game reviews. I may give my opinion, but I'm not going to give my review because nowadays people, people are just, they act like they're gods when it gives their, reviews. I would understand if they said, this is my opinion, but how many game reviewers do you hear say, this is my review, this is my opinion from personal gameplay experience? You don't. You always get what they like, what they don't like, and the score. That's it. They don't give you, they don't say it's their opinion. I know this video game discussion may not be making much sense. It's just something I came across, and I wanted to get it out of the way, and I figured for Halloween, you guys deserve to have a video game discussion. So, until next time, I'm going to be signing off. And I will try to, I may have a couple more between now and Saturday night. Just depending on what I feel like doing. Okay, so take care, everybody, and stay safe and get lots of candy. Peace out, everybody.